Been several months since I've done one of these video blogs, and actually, it's been 7 months. A lot has transpired since then. Um, I can't say that I'm in the most comfortable place of my life, but I'm in a good place. I'm in a good place. It's not always comfortable, but it's definitely a good place, a learning experience. I'm absorbing everything, the good and the bad. Um, Actually, I might not describe any of what I am experiencing as bad. Everything that I'm experiencing, I think, is just that. It's an experience, which means you should take something from it. So I'm learning every day to take something from the experience rather than emote from the experience. I think there's a difference between emoting from a place of a situation that you're going through as opposed to being subjective as opposed to expanding from the experience. I'm learning, and a great mentor of mine whom I recently met with, we had a great meeting. It's kind of imparted in me the difference between expanding and projecting, and a lot of what we do, and it's because we're conditioned to do it. We've been conditioned to project certain things in our lives and in the society around us. I like to call it being a taker. Society gives you a scenario, you take that scenario and you project it on your life and on your experience. And you really can't do that because we all have individual paths, we all have individual experiences. So sometimes I wish my experience was a little different. With that in mind, I then draw the conclusion that the reason why I try to process so well and sometimes privately, and with a positive attitude, is because our paths are individual. They're uniquely based and they're uniquely designed for us. So that's where I draw my conclusion, and I always say I was built for this. Everything that happens, I understand that I was made for this, and ultimately it's designed just for me. Therefore, the victory is also designed for me, in a way, so to speak. Going through the experience, knowing that you're going to be victorious because it's already predestined, predestined, predestined to win, so to speak. Yeah, I must say I haven't found myself in the birthing process of an experience in about 2 years. Yeah, it's been about 2 years since I've been in this place, the place of awakening. I think with awakening, there has to be a point of seclusion, and I mean your ears have to be almost completely shut off to the entire outside world, so to speak. And I think I've been in that place over the past few months or this summer. Um, it's a very still, quiet place. I've learned to live in the quiet side of who God is and all that He embodies and all that He embodies for us. I've learned that it's not a place of being proactive, but it is a place of learning how to be still and to effectively hear. I think in that place you gain instruction on what to do after you go through the birthing process, so to speak. Your silence in such a strange place is almost synonymous to instructions. Just a season of being instructed, listening to the instructor within. There's a saying, when the student is ready, the teacher shows up. I believe that teacher does not begin to administer a lesson until you are present. And sometimes, in order to be present, you have to remove everything out of your space and out of your way. And that's sometimes not the easy part. Sometimes that is the trying part. Sometimes in the experience, that is the hardest part, because once you get over that part of moving everything out of the way, then everything else pretty much comes easy. Like I said before, it is a strange place. It is a trying place for me, but it definitely is one of the best seasons I've gone through in my life so far, and I'm still fairly young. I'm still young. The only thing I can describe it's strange. It is strange because it is a new place where I can't even help myself. I don't have any of the answers. I don't know the way. I don't know this way. It is a lesson in itself because I can't lean on my own strength. Therefore, I have to lean on God and God alone. I mean, and I boldly say that. Before I know my video blogs, I try to be very, very universal, and I respect I respect people who are that way, but I just can only speak from the experience that I'm in, and I understand that the only way that I am literally sane these days is through the power of God and through being able to clearly hear His voice, and within His voice there are instructions, and there's peace even in chaos, that I'm finding that He is the God of peace. I've just been really in that place of discovering the attributes of God and the dimensions of Him through my experience and through the things that I am allowing myself to process, because the process is a choice. You can pull out the process at any point by giving up, but I just choose to process. And I'm discovering Him, like I said before, as the God of peace and the God of comfort. Recently my father died 2 weeks ago, and I discovered that he still is the God of peace, and that He is, He does give us wise counsel, and he is a burden bearer. He takes your burden on, and the lesson I learned in that, the greatest lesson that I will take with me to my grave probably is Him speaking clearly to me while I was sitting there at my father's funeral, and Him telling me that this is why I taught you how to tap into the Father within. That in itself was a monumental word, and had my ears been clogged with stress and worry, I could not have heard Him properly. I guess just until to the next time, I hope that encouraged someone. It was there. I hope that it encouraged someone. Those were all simple thoughts, simple principles, but it is what is keeping me through this season. Tapping into the instructor within, being cognizant of the fact that there's a voice within all of us that speaks. You just have to listen. I am still holding on to the fact that when the student is ready, the teacher shows up. I just choose to arrive. Some people, there are people who criticize people who are a little more involved in their journey, a journey that we are all on, but some are cognizant of it and some are not. They call us deep. They call us even crazy, but I'm not deep. I'm not crazy. I just choose to be in tune with all that is going on around me, and at the same time tune all that is going on around me out, and just allow the instructor within to speak. Every day I make a conscious decision to show up to class, to allow the instructor to impart wisdom to me, to impart knowledge. I've been talking lately about how truth begets truth, and so I choose to operate in truth with myself and with those around me. If you don't get anything, you're going to get truth with me. That's just because I choose to tap into truth, and truth is on the inside of all of us. We just have to dare to go on this journey with truth. It's a journey to discover, not to project, but to expand on. I'm just expanding on the truths that were already there before the foundations. I choose to seek out that truth and what it means to me, because that truth has to attach to a truth that's already within, for it to even be meaningful, for it to be fruitful, for it to help others. I'm still on that journey. I'm enjoying the journey. I encourage anyone who decides to watch this to tap into that journey. It is a journey that is specifically for you. No one can speak to you and your journey. No one can tell you how to walk, and no one can tell you where to walk. It is a path that is designed especially for you. God bless you.